Troy Anderson here from KettlebellFatLossTraining.com. I wanted to share with you a couple quick tutorial for a couple exercises for one of our members from our naming site. Talking about some overhead exercises to kind of work around some uncomfortable places. This individual had some plantar fasciitis, so we're trying to give him some kettlebell conditioning tools to use that might not bother his foot quite as much as doing some stuff, and he was having a little back irritation. So here's where we're going to go. We're going to a little bit of tutorial. We're going push press and thrusters. So let's take a look at them. I'm going to grab a couple 16-kilo kettlebells. I'm going to get them both up into the rack position. We're going to show you push press first. Always going to start from your good foundation, rack position, forearms vertical, wrists not cocked over but over the top. From here it's just a little bit of a hip and knee bend, and then we're going to go up overhead. It's just a continuation press. We're using the hips and knees to give us a little momentum to start up with. This is not a jerk or a split jerk. This is just a push press. So we're going to push hips and knees back just as such. So kind of give yourself a couple prep. We're going to snap through the heels and lock the glutes underneath when we hit the top. So it's there, nice and controlled back down. Obviously, if you're doing these for a conditioning drill, you can put a little more pace to them as such. So that's your push press. It's a really great way for you to kind of get a little bit of extra conditioning component because you're moving the body, holding that extra double weight. Obviously, you could do these one-sided if you only have one kettlebell. I'm just choosing to show them to you as a double kettlebell exercise now. Thrusters are another excellent conditioning tool, commonly used with Tabata protocol. I'm going to set up a couple boxes here so you can see. Because boxes are one way, changing elevation is one way to intensify the thrusters. So everything's the same. We're going to set ourselves up for good overhead press position. I'm going to start with the more intense box and move on, because we're not going to spend all our time there. So we're going to set ourselves in a good position. It's going to be a squat down touch and then all the way overhead. So here, so that's the most intense one. I'll slide it out of the way. And we're going to move up. So this is a little bit easier. Obviously, the further you stand away from the box, or the closer you stand to your box, the easier or less range of motion you'll have also. So here we go. The reason for using the boxes with the thrusters is to give yourself a consistent squat depth. Especially if you're using them for a conditioning circuit, you're going to find as you fatigue, your depth is going to change. Obviously, most likely shallower. So just a quick example of what the thruster might look like without a box is here. It's kind of like a front double, basically like a double front squat and overhead press or push press. So here. Like I said, with the push press, you don't necessarily need two. I'm just showing it to you so obviously you can hear the conditioning component, because that's kind of part of the tutorial part of this. Is want to know some different conditioning type drills that we can do without having to do swings or stuff like that. So there you have it. Push press, it's just a little bit of a hip and knee bend, about a quarter squat basically, and then overhead using the musculature, the muscles in your lower leg to get you moving. And then the thruster, a little bit deeper squat, about probably a half to almost a full squat, and then exploding up out of the bottom. Both are awesome, great alternative conditioning tools when put in the right kind of format. Hope you had a great day. Be sure to stop over by our Ning site, kbfatloss.ning.com. Have a great day.